Welcome, one and all. We're back. Thanks for tuning in to IOM Entertainment, my second channel. If you're new, then make sure you check us out on Ides of March Adventures over on the other channel. That's where we go on adventures. So, if you haven't checked out previous videos, Caleb tried to guess or tried to see if he knew pop culture references from the 80s, 90s, 2000s. Now we're going back.
See, like a lot of these, I know the name, but I can't match the person.
I think this is going to be your hardest one yet because this is the 70s. We're going back to the 70s.
Basically, like 40 years before I was born.
Yeah. What do you know about the 70s? Anything?
That 70s show.
Do you know anything else about the 70s except for that?
The Cold War.
I think you're going to get maybe less than 5 of these 20.
You were born in the 70s.
I was born in the 70s. So let's start things off. Do you know this person? He was big. I think he started in the 60s. Maybe. But I know 70s, 80s, 90s. Especially 70s, 80s. This guy was everywhere.
I feel like I know the name. Was he like
I
kids thing?
I was never a big, huge...
Mr. Rogers?
Oh!
Yeah.
Caleb got it. Mr. Rogers in the land of make-believe. The little train would come and it would take him to the land of make-believe.
It's because the crayons video. You know what I'm talking about? There's like a video of him narrating on how to make crayons.
Oh, yeah. He does a lot of that. And every episode he would come in, take off his like jacket or blazer or whatever that was and put on new shoes for some reason. He gets into his house and puts on new shoes. I don't know. I didn't get it. And Eddie Murphy made fun of him on Saturday Night Live as Mr. Robinson. Okay. Caleb, starting off strong. Any idea who this guy is?
Looks like Dahmer. Did we talk about him recently?
I don't know. We might have.
Name got mentioned.
You are John Denver.
Oh, Country Roads?
Country Roads.
Yeah, okay.
John Denver is my favorite Christmas album of all time. John Denver and the Muppets.
See, like,
Check that out.
I know names, I just can't match them with.
Yeah, he was huge. But yes, Country Roads. All right, this was the biggest show on TV.
MASH?
Oh, well, I can't believe it. I can't
That's
believe
what it's called, MASH?
It's called MASH. I don't understand this show at all.
I've never seen an episode.
I know every time I would hear that opening theme music, I would immediately turn the TV off because it was about this group of people working in South Korea. It was the Korean War, and it was supposed to be a comedy, but it wasn't funny. I don't get it. It was before my time. I know the very final episode was one of the most watched things in all of TV history. There's like Super Bowls and there's like MASH.
Actually?
Yeah.
Alright, how many do I have? 2?
You have 2. Yeah, Mobile Army
Yeah.
Surgical Hospital. MASH.
Jaws.
Bingo!
That came out in the 70s?
That came out in like 74?
I thought that was like 80s.
No, 74 or 5. And this is what coined the term blockbuster. Because it was one of the first blockbuster movies where people would line up around the block to see it. Everyone was scared to go in the water after watching this movie. It was one of Steven Spielberg's first movies. And the crazy story about this is the shark was supposed to be more involved in the movie, but it kept breaking. Bruce the shark. The shark kept breaking down, so they then had to refilm the movie with just kind of like what you didn't see.
Oh.
So it made it even scarier. So they were kind of filming this on the fly, and it kind of made Steven Spielberg a star. Any idea what this is? This was a big show in the 70s.
Oh, wait. Okay.
We got Greg,
There's
Peter, Bobby,
there's like different like...
Marcia, Jan, Cindy, Alice, the maid in the middle. How could they afford the maid?
Okay. I've seen like, what's it called? Like people making fun of like this. Like, wasn't like, isn't there like one of like the Avengers doing the theme song?
Yes.
I know this like format. I don't know what it's called though.
This is the Brady Bunch.
Oh.
You ever heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of the Brady
Yeah,
Bunch.
it was a huge show in the 70s. All right.
Pete Rose.
Bingo!
Yeah.
Pete Rose. Charlie Hustle. That was his
Banned
nickname.
from baseball.
Banned from baseball for gambling in the 80s, but he was one of the biggest things in the 70s.
I don't know why.
60s, 70s, and 80s, really.
I don't know why he's banned, because it's not like he was making his
I know.
team
That's-
lose. He was gambling on his team.
One of the biggest controversies of all of baseball. But Pete Rose, Caleb, you're doing much better than I thought.
President.
Any idea who that is?
Oh gosh. President, right?
He was a president. This is the only president to never have been officially elected at all.
I don't really know my presidents. I don't know this one. I'll probably know the name though.
This is President Ford, Gerald
Oh.
Ford. He
Okay.
became vice president because the vice president resigned, and then he became president because the president resigned.
How was he next?
So he never got elected to anything.
Well, then how'd they choose him?
He was chosen to replace the vice president. And
Well,
then
yeah, how did they choose him? Though? Like, what was
the president chose him.
Oh.
All right. Any idea who these two are? The lady is still alive today. Have you seen them? Do they look any familiar at all?
The dude looks familiar.
He should look familiar. He's one of the most famous people in music history.
John Lennon?
That's John Lennon.
I don't know the girl.
And that's his wife, Yoko Ono.
Her name's Yoko?
Yoko Ono, yeah. So,
Yeah.
there's all these things that she broke up the Beatles and all that, but I don't think that's true. But yep, they were the power couple of the 70s. Okay, any idea what these are? There was
like
there was records.
Cassette tapes?
There was records.
Not cassette tapes?
Then there was
You actually have them?
Then there was cassettes. But in between, there was this. Now, I have never used one of these. We didn't have these. So, I've never actually
I
had
don't
the
know.
privilege to play one. But it's one of the very first, like when people had cars, it was one of the first like mobile things they could insert to play music. Because obviously you couldn't put a record in a car. But,
I don't know.
never heard of these?
Well, I mean,
8-track play discs or cassettes. I don't know what they're
Oh.
called. They're called 8-track players. So it's basically a cassette. You stick it in, and it had 8 tracks. So if you had 10 songs, I think from what I heard that sometimes in the middle of the song you'd have to like flip it over and like play the rest of the song. Is that true?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just remember hearing my uncles or somebody talk about it. All right. Supergroup of the mainly 70s.
I don't know.
This would be Led Zeppelin.
Okay. That's Led Zeppelin.
That's Led Zeppelin.
I thought Led Zeppelin was like one person.
No, it was a group. Robert Plant, Jimmy Page were the
Okay.
main. I know all 4 of them were main, but then forgot who passed away. One of them died, and then they were kind of done.
Oh.
I don't remember which one. John Paul Jones. Somebody died, but I'm not really versed on my Led Zeppelin. Okay. Can you name either of these two
Okay.
or the musical that they were in? It was a phenomenon.
The one on the left, she died, right?
She died just like a year or 2 ago.
Oh, never mind then. I was thinking of something different.
Yeah, she died recently, and the man is still alive today.
Musical?
And he does like, I see him in commercials for, I forgot what it was, but he does. I see him in commercials, but he was a big movie star.
I don't know.
That's Olivia Newton-John, John Travolta.
Okay, I've heard John.
This is the musical Grease.
Oh.
Danny and Sandy.
I thought isn't the movie coming out called Grease? Right?
I don't know. I don't think so. This was in the 70s, Grease.
Oh, I sure wonder.
Any idea what this cast
I
is?
wonder. Star Wars.
The cast of Star Wars.
Who's the guy at the very bottom?
That is R2D2. He was inside the R2D2. They don't have Anthony Daniels in this picture, which is C-3PO.
So I'm guessing the tall guy is Chewbacca.
Yeah, and the guy in the tie, the other guy, was Darth Vader.
But
They didn't use his voice.
oh, okay.
You're doing pretty good.
I've Kermit, but I don't know his name.
Yeah, we're not talking about Kermit. I know you know who Kermit is. Who's the guy holding Kermit?
Trying to look at the Muppets record, see if it says anything. I don't know the name.
You don't have ever heard of Jim Henson.
Oh, okay.
He's the creator of the Muppets. Creator of the Muppets, Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock. He passed away around 1990. He sold the company to Disney right before this. Ever seen these three fly guys with their chest hair?
I'll have like
This was the height of disco. They were one of the most popular groups. Well, they were the most popular group of this time.
I don't know.
Have you ever heard of the song "Staying Alive"?
Yeah.
This is the Bee Gees.
I've never heard of the
Never
Bee
heard
Gees.
the Bee Gees?
No.
Oh, they got lots of good songs. Like once disco was deemed bad, like their career was pretty much over. But then like later on, then it got, you know how things get lame and then they get good again. Bee Gees.
Pawn.
Whoa! How did you know that?
Yes, everyone knows what pawn is.
They do?
Yes.
Okay. We never had a Pong.
I think I'm at least at 5 now.
It's just you've gotten more than 5. It's just a dot in a bar.
Yeah. This is like one of the first
Air
video
hockey. It's
games.
basically, yeah, I think it was the first portable video game. It's just basically air hockey.
Reggie Jackson.
Whoa!
Mr. October.
I had to keep the Mr. October in there and try to cut his name off.
If you didn't put Mr. October, I don't know if I would have gotten it because I don't know what he really looks like.
Yeah, he had 3 homers in the World Series.
Derek Jeter's Mr. November.
Yes.
Yeah.
Reggie Jackson, Hall of Famer. He was like always at odds with the Yankee fans because they were booing him, but then he hit 3 home runs and.
Why did they not like him?
He was kind of a hard guy to get along with.
Queen. I'm doing way better than like
good.
the 90s.
I know.
Like
Queen. And do you know what song this is from?
Bohemian
That's
Rhapsody.
Nixon. That's
Yeah.
when he left office. He went like this.
Why?
He's saying goodbye on the helicopter, walking out of the White House, and then Gerald Ford became president.
Who is that?
You don't know who that is?
Maybe.
He was real flamboyant in the 70s. Always wore these crazy get-ups. And he's known
Wait a
for
minute.
wearing
Wait a
the
minute.
crazy
Wait a
glasses.
minute. Elton John.
Elton John.
Okay.
Do you remember when rock was fun? Okay. I think this might be the last one. Yeah. I think he was a stand-up, and then he got his own sitcom, and the sitcom was real popular in the 70s. Ever seen him?
I think I have. I don't know the name. I'm drawing a blank.
I didn't really think you would get this one right, so I have to say this is Kid Dynamite! That was his catchphrase.
Oh.
Jimmy Walker is his name.
I don't know who that is.
On the show, he was JJ. JJ Evans. Okay, well you got like half of them.
Yeah, I did.
I was trying to make him not super difficult, but so what'd you think? I think you did probably the best of the 70s of any decade so far.
Yeah, which is kind of.
If you haven't seen the other videos, go back and check them out. If you enjoyed this, give us a like. If you didn't enjoy us, give us a dislike.
Because we won't see him.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see you next time. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.
Bye.